Garcia. I am a Bikini Pro and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Change of setting. We are not in the gym. We are about to go and do some cardio this morning. But like I mentioned in my short the other day, I start my morning off with 2 shakers and then I'm going with like one of my bigger bottle thermos shaker things, whatever you want to call this, this morning because it is going to be a leg day. So my calories have dropped. Yesterday I was on my rest day calories, and then today we are still on like I would call it the moderate day, and then I've got a high day in a couple of days. Energy is starting to feel, I'm starting to get tired. Prep's definitely starting to prep right now, and I've just been focusing on like my sleep and recovery. So generally I would wake up like a little bit earlier, but this morning, because it is leg day, like I wanted to get the extra hours of sleep. So starting off our morning, I am going to have my Evo Burn in 1 shaker, 1 scoop of that. And then for my intra workout drink, well, during cardio and throughout the day, I'm gonna have my amino jet and hydration. And this is the combination I like because it's a bit of sweet and salty, but hydration wise, it keeps me going. And as you guys know, I don't like drinking plain water. Like, I just don't like water on its own. I have to have some sort of flavor. So we're gonna have a scoop of each. And then we're gonna mix it all up. That's set for my cardio. And I'm gonna sip on this. So I sip on my fat burner first, and I give it a good about 20-ish minutes before I head over to do cardio, because I want that caffeine hit. Iced mocha is my favorite flavor, but I do have a few as well. So you do have a few options when it comes to Evo Burn. So you can get a caffeine-free version, okay? If you don't want the stim, you've got that option. Got the Victory Punch. I haven't actually had the Victory Punch yet, so I'm gonna give that a try. Normally, I mix up a Ninja Creamy mix for the morning, so I've got that set for tonight. And for those that say you need 24 hours, you need about maybe about 9 to 10 hours in a freezer if your freezer's on high. I generally make my creamies in the morning, but I had time to make it last night. So my mix is 240 grams of unsweetened almond milk. Although someone did tell me that cashew milk is also really good, which I'm gonna try when I finish this. So I use unsweetened almond milk. And I put 7 grams of a Jello mix. Okay, just 1 serve. I love butterscotch. I also like cheesecake. I also have this flavor here. So I got the cheesecake flavor. And then I'll go with a scoop of protein. So the mix that I made last night was butterscotch and ice cream sandwich. This goes with everything. I know I say that with like all my protein powders, but this is like, it's one of those flavors where you just really can't go wrong. So I mix that with the butterscotch. I just mix it up. You gotta get one of these. Mix it, and then put it in the freezer. That is all. That's how I make my Ninja Creamy. I put 2 sweeteners in there as well, so 2 equal sweeteners, and then I mix that up, put it in the freezer. So I made that last night, and that is ready to go for tonight. Ninja Creamies definitely save me because it really helps with the cravings. I make that the last part of my day, and I'll probably have it about around 7 or 8 o'clock. I make that my very last meal, and it just really, it satisfies me, it keeps me full. And then I'm like happy the next day. So today I am going to take you through like what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna be here in my kitchen quite a bit just to show you guys the food options that I have. So my carbs are a lot lower now, but I like to utilize my carbs with like around my English muffins, my rice cakes, and I will have some rice as well. So those are my 3 main carb sources. So for protein, I got chicken breast, I've got ground beef. Sometimes I've been having swai fish, but I haven't really been having that every day, only when I really feel like it, and egg whites. So mainly chicken, ground beef, and egg whites. And then I've also got a range of veggies, which I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so got my drinks. Got my protein mixes here on chicken, egg whites, ground beef, and my fish. And then I've got some veggies. Bean shoots. I got mushroom. I love mushroom. I got some grape tomatoes. Got some basmati rice, but I got more in the cupboards. And then zucchini. I've been on a zucchini trip. I've been so crazy with zucchini. Got lettuce, which I'm gonna mix with the rice. It really helps with volume. I've been obsessed with this cottage cheese. It's a low-fat cottage cheese and English muffins. I've been so obsessed with the Flavor Gang. Sweet and Nutty is amazing. It's a Thai peanut sauce. Smokin' Poppy, which this goes with like everything. Absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna get on with my morning. We're gonna do 30 minutes of cardio on the stairs. I'll come back to you for breakfast, guys. All right, we are back from cardio, and it is my favorite time of the day, breakfast. I actually split my breakfast into 2 sections. I have my carbohydrates first, and I do mix it with a little bit of fats, and then I actually shower, and then I come back and have my protein source, which I will do that this morning. So I got a big plate because I'm gonna use this twice. So first I'm gonna have my carbs, and then I'm gonna put my protein and my other sources on here after. I always like to start my morning off with the English muffin because it just hits, you know? So today we're going with the apple cinnamon English muffin. It's like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. It's not amazing, but because I bought it, I'm going to make sure that I finish it. And then we're gonna go with the Fit Butter today, and this one's in the chocolate chip cookie dough. I just wanted to make sure I said that right. Chocolate chip cookie dough. So I'm gonna add some cinnamon to my English muffin, and then I'm gonna also pour this. I don't have a toaster, don't judge me. I should really get a toaster, but I've been enjoying my English muffins in the microwave. It's kind of like a pancake sort of vibe, you know? I do log my food every day. Now, as you guys know, I do flexible diet eating. I do stick to my same food sources, but time to time, I'll change things up. This morning, I've got my English muffin, and so my total amount of Fit Butters today is going to be 15 grams. I'm actually only gonna do like 5 grams on here, which to be honest, it hits the spot. It does, it really does hit the spot when I add a little bit of syrup on there too. I am totally fine with having sugar-free products. Like sometimes it could mess with your digestion, but I actually go fine with it. So I'm still having sugar-free stuff at this point. So I actually log so I'm on MyFitnessPal. I get given macros, and then I put a total amount of like my protein sources. So you guys can see, like, I don't know if you can see that, but like the total amount of what I would have for like my protein, my carbs, and I got my Ninja Creamy mix. For those that want to know my Ninja Creamy recipe, can you see that? That's like not showing. Okay, so my Ninja Creamy mix is 126 calories. Got my unsweetened almond milk pudding mix, and then my Evogen protein powder. So that's gonna be later on. This morning, we're gonna start off with my English muffin. Show this, y'all. So it looks like that. I'm gonna cut it in half. So I love putting cinnamon on my English muffin. It just, I don't know, anything that's gonna like kind of mimic a cinnamon roll is a vibe. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some on there like that. That's what it looks like. And we're gonna add some Fit Butters. So the way I measure my Fit Butters out is I open the tub and then I turn it on. So we're gonna go 5 grams. I just like to make sure it's mixed though. So you negative it out. We're gonna go 5 grams. This is 5, guys. That's 5 grams of nut butter. So I'm gonna spread this out as much as I can. Okay. Sometimes I put it after I put it in the microwave, but I'm gonna just put it all together now. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm gonna microwave this for 30 seconds. So while that's heating up, I am going to put this back. So that means I got 10 grams for the day. So look, I could wait this out and put this in a container, but you know, I work from home, so I got the time to do this. You do want to prep your meals in advance if you are on the go. So if I know I've got a day out of home, I'll prep all of my meals. But today we're gonna prep on the go because I want to show you guys what I do with this thing. So, okay, that's done. All right, so that's nice and soft. 30 seconds on high. So then I just like to make sure I don't overdo it. So we got 30 mil for each serve. That's only 8. So it's a generous amount, you know, if I really go the full 30, but we're gonna go the full 30. Sometimes I just go 20 and that's like enough, but this is a lot. Okay, that's 29, we'll go with that. So you can see it there on the muffin, so I'm just gonna like spread it out. And then I actually let that sit for like a good 30 seconds or so, just so it kind of like makes everything moist. This is the best combination, like heating it up and then putting the butter on there and then just letting that sink. Well, soak right through. The option is that if you want like a bit of the actual butter taste, you could put the spray butter. I only put this if I have the plain one, but normally when I have a flavored one, if I have buttermilk, I just leave it plain. I should eat this in front of you guys. So we got English muffin. This is like literally my favorite time of the day, guys. I don't know, if you don't like chewing sounds, then turn this off right now. Just for you guys. Look at that. Okay. Oh my god, that's so good. This is seriously like my favorite time of the day, and I try to eat it slow because I can inhale this in like 2 seconds for real. But I try to eat slow, but look how moist it is. It's so moist. So cinnamon, put in the microwave for 30 seconds. You can put the nut butter on there first or after, doesn't matter. And then put some sugar-free syrup, guys. That is my cinnamon roll. And then, after this, I'm gonna shower, because I'm a little bit sweaty from my cardio session. And then I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna have my egg whites. I'm gonna show you guys what I have on the side of that, and that's gonna be breakfast. We are back, and I'm feeling so fresh after a shower. It is like the best feeling getting cardio out of the way, and then it is breakfast time. Breakfast is one of my favorite times of the day. I love breakfast so much. I've already pre-weighed everything out for you guys just so it's not a drag, but I started off with pan frying zucchini. So I actually did this right after I had that English muffin. So I'm gonna put everything on this plate. I'm gonna spread it out. I've got my egg whites in here. That's weighed out already and pre-cooked. And then I've got some grape tomatoes and some mushroom. I have been loving mushroom lately. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to put this all in a container, and I like my tomatoes and my mushroom heated up. So these are just some sliced white mushrooms. And then the tomatoes are just grape tomatoes. Put this in the microwave. For about a minute. But while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna put on my meals. So Himalayan salt, I love my Himalayan pink salt. We're gonna have some low-fat cottage cheese on this side. This is like one of my favorite things. I am gonna put some pepper because I'm mixing the salt and pepper. I feel like salt and pepper is just like so underrated, you know? I am gonna have my digestive enzymes. So your digestive enzymes are gonna help you break down food. I'm just gonna have one of those. I have this with like every meal. Could have it before the English muffin, but I like to have it in between. And then I got my vitamins ready, so I will have my vitamins after I eat this meal. I don't take vitamins fasted because it does make me feel a little bit nauseous. So if you are having vitamins and you feel nauseous, you probably had it on an empty stomach. Just to know, because some people don't know that. So let that heat up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do first is I am going to weigh out my cottage cheese. The macros for this are pretty good. So one serving size is 113 grams, which is 90 calories. I'm not gonna have that much. I only have 30 grams to be honest. 113 is 2.5 grams of fat and 5 carbs, 13 grams of protein. I love the low fat option. Honestly, like it's refreshing. I'm gonna weigh out 30 grams because this is what I weighed out on my FitnessPal. All right, wow, I'm a pro at this. That was like perfect. Putting the cottage cheese. I do like my plate looking like pretty, and I spread things out like this so then it like looks like there's a lot of volume. That's why I spread out my zucchini like that. And we're gonna put the egg whites, tomatoes, and mushrooms. Put everything in their own little sections. Again, I like my plate looking pretty. So when your calories start to drop, you really wanna work with the volume of your food, which is what I've done. So that's why I've added things like mushroom, tomatoes, bit of the low-fat cottage cheese zucchini. You can see how generous I am with my zucchini. And I don't know what it is, but I kind of section it out like this on my plate all the time, like where I put the mushrooms and the zucchini. It's like everything has its own spot. I don't know, this is just how I section it out. Okay, and then we've got the tomatoes on the side. So you could grill the tomatoes and the mushroom, to be honest, but I like it like this. So that's done. Now let's look how pretty that is. So you got your zucchini, my cottage cheese, egg whites, mushroom, and tomatoes. I gotta take a photo with this actually. This is gonna be my cover. All right, got my thumbnail photo, guys. So now we're gonna sprinkle some salt and pepper. So salt and pepper, I will put it all over. So a bit of my egg whites, my tomatoes, my mushroom, my zucchini, but not the cottage cheese. I don't know, for some reason I like my cottage cheese being untouched. I don't wanna put any salt on that. So I'm just sprinkling that softly. All right, and there you have it. My breakfast plate. This is my favorite time of the day. So I am going to have my breakfast. What I do is I work for the next 3 to 4 hours and I slowly just like get ready for the gym. But I am going to show you guys what I have in the next few hours after I work. And we are going to get on to like the solid food. So I am going to show you guys what I have with my ground beef. So I'll catch you guys in the next slide. Okay, I actually got pretty hungry. So I'm gonna have my rice cake. This is why I like have quite a bit of food. I tried my best to like spread it out because the hunger is real, guys. We've got the buttercorn rice cakes. I get these from Albertsons. They are amazing. Really taste like having popcorn. So if you're gonna go to like the movies, when you're on a cute movie date and you need popcorn, this is gonna be your best friend. Yeah, that butter essence to it, you know? Got butter corn rice cake, and then again we're gonna come back to the butter because I do have cream of rice today. I am gonna try my best to section out the fit butter. So we're gonna go 5 grams again. Okay, so that's 4, and then I'm gonna add the last 5 grams to my cream of rice. Okay, so I'm spreading that out as much as I can. There you go. So this is gonna be a snack today. Next. And we are back. I'm on a little bit of a break, so I'm gonna have my ground beef. Now, for those that don't know where I get my meat from, I get bulk protein meat from Live Well Nutrition. Absolutely amazing. Check their website out. And you can use my code, Shayna. I have just prepared my little container for you guys. So I've got my mushroom again, my grape tomatoes again, and then I've added some bean shoots. So I had the option today to go with either basmati rice or cream of rice, but because it is a leg day, I do want to have some cream of rice just before my training session. So as you guys can see, I'm eating quite often and my meals are just like spread out. So we're gonna have 95 grams of ground beef. What's gonna really help you with the volume of your food, guys, is gonna be your veggies. There in one container, like my glass meal prep containers. And then I'm gonna add the smoking poppy, but I actually add this on after I've heated my food up. So we're gonna put this in the microwave and we're gonna pair it with some A&W. I've already started sipping on this, but I love zero sugar A&W. I also like the cream soda version. So good. Especially in like hot days like now, I love me a good root beer on a hot day like this. I mean, it's hot every day in Vegas, but it's a day for it. Now with my ground beef, like I said, I love my smoking poppy sauce. This is actually a new pack. Serve is 15 mil. So we're just gonna add 15. And then I'm also gonna add, everything's gonna be all rice. So this is a rice seasoning, but I actually love it on my ground beef. It kind of gives it like that Asian sort of fusion essence. It's just so good. It's like an everything bagel seasoning, but it's got like an Asian essence to it. And then I'm gonna put some salt. So that is my ground beef meal. And then I'm just gonna mix all of this up together. So the tomato, I like putting tomato in this meal because I am having like the leanest ground beef. Sometimes it could be a little bit dry. So, you know, using things like tomatoes, a little bit of sauces like this can help with like the moisture of a meal. I mix all of that up. Got the mushroom, the tomato, the bean shoots, and ground beef. Bon appetit. So this is going to be my second to the pre-workout meal before I go to the gym. So because it is legs today, I am making sure that I'm gonna be fueled enough. That's also why I had some more carbs just before, and then I'm gonna have my cream of rice just after. So I'll show you guys how I make my cream of rice. I'm gonna get back to work and I'll be right back. It is that time to slowly get ready for the gym. So I'm gonna have my pre-workout meal, and then after I have my pre-workout meal, I'm slowly gonna get ready. I like to put a little bit of something on my face on a leg day because I'm gonna be sweating. And I'm going to have my cream of rice meal. So this is actually my favorite meal of the day. Okay, a little bit of change of scenery. So we've shifted over to this side. I don't want you guys to get bored of just seeing the same corner. We are gonna go with the Elevate today in the maple brown sugar. Now this is my favorite flavor. I love anything maple, I love anything brown sugar. So we're gonna have that. Now, my serving size isn't much because I am on like a moderate sort of day. So we're gonna volumize. And when I volumize, I like to add protein powder. The reason why I go for the maple brown sugar as well is because I do like to mix my cream of rice with protein powder, and that generally just goes with everything. All right, so I got my cream of rice in the bowl. I'm just gonna put a little bit of water. Stir. Now ideally we do this on a stovetop, but your girl can't be bothered pulling out hot today, so we're gonna microwave. All right, so that's with the water. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for just 30 seconds because if you do follow me on Instagram, often my cream of rice explodes and I don't wanna bring the heat down because it heats everything else up perfect. So I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna mix it after 30 seconds and I'm gonna do another 30 seconds and then mix it again. While we're waiting for that to mix, I am going to be adding my Evogen mini crisp. So I like anything chocolatey when it comes to my cream of rice. So I generally go for like the chocolate-based flavors. So I'm gonna add that. We're also gonna add some creatine and some glutamine. Good for digestion, and this is gonna help with my power and performance. Now let's mix up the cream of rice. I feel that a little bit warm now. I'm gonna do another 30 seconds again. Just make sure that doesn't explode. Now if you do put it in the microwave, just make sure that you don't leave it in there for too long if it is on a high setting because it will explode. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Oh shit. Ah! It exploded! Oh, I hate it when this happens. I didn't wash it for like 2 seconds, guys. It exploded, not by much, but I would say I lost about 4 or 5 grams there. I am not gonna stop the process right now, so we're gonna go with what we've got left because I don't have the time today. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's in the microwave, great. Now, if I did have the time today, I would do this all over again, but your girl is back to back with her schedule, so we're not gonna be able to just do this all over again right now. I think I lost about 5 grams in there straight up. I really do think I lost that much. All right, so we're gonna add our creatine. So I'm gonna do 5 grams of creatine. I'm getting so pro at this weigh out thing, like it's just perfect every time. And then 5 grams of glutamine. All right, and then we're gonna mix. This isn't looking that appetizing because it exploded. I'm so annoyed that exploded, like for real. So you can see that this serve isn't too much, which is why I'm gonna volumize it with the protein powder. Our mini crisp protein, I've got 20 grams. All right, and then I'm gonna mix that. I'm gonna put it back in the microwave so then it turns into like a cakey mixture. Not everyone likes this, okay, but I absolutely love it. I like, no, oh, God, what's wrong with me today? This is spilling. This is so not my day today, guys. So that's mixed up. You can see, that's the consistency. And I'm gonna put that in the microwave for 30 seconds. Okay. Like licking a spoon. But 5 grams of the Fit Butters in the cream of rice when that comes out. So get that ready. And then we're gonna add some more flavored syrup. So it doesn't explode this time. Okay. See that it has risen. volume, it's risen, and now it's like a nice hot cake. So now I'm gonna put 5 grams of the peanut butter. Actually, I think this is a cashew butter. Yeah, this is a cashew butter. Like spreading my peanut butter out. Sorry, cashew butter out. I'm gonna show you guys how I just like put it in blobs, just so that each bite has a bit of nut butter, you know? It's a lot you can do with 5 grams. Sometimes people like to heat up their butter in the microwave so they can kind of drizzle it on. I just like putting mine in blobs like this. I don't like licking the spoon. And then we're gonna add the maple syrup. Sugar-free maple syrup, that is. With the serving size. Okay. Only 20 grams. This is only, well, 20 mil, sorry. Okay, so I put the flavored syrup and then I swirl it around like this. And that is my cake. What 1 spoonful is gonna look like. Cakey, but moist at the same time. Got a bit of nut butter, a bit of syrup. I'm gonna lick that. So good. So as my cream arrives, guys, I'm gonna eat this nice and slow, and then I'm gonna slowly get ready for the gym, and then we're gonna come back for the post-workout meal. We are back from the gym. I have finished everything, done my cardio this morning, my weights, and I also did my little extra cardio that I have after my weights. So now I'm done for the day, but we still got work to do, so I am still on a hectic schedule. I decided to get one of my meals ready, just so I could just show you guys what I'm having. My side stuff, I think it's very obvious that I just keep repeating on having the same stuff. So I still got mushroom, tomato, bean shoots, I got some zucchini, and I also got some chicken breast in there. Okay, I'll heat this up, and then I'm gonna add my Thai peanut sauce. I'm gonna have this ×2 today. So I'm gonna have one now, because this is going to be post-workout, and then I have one later on. That's gonna be my last meal. And then I'm gonna mix up my Ninja Creamy. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do that so you guys know my exact mix, and so you guys can also follow the texture of how I have my ice cream, because I like my ice cream a little bit more hard. When you get like a gelati style ice cream, like I like my ice cream more solid, but then still creamy at the same time. But I'll show you guys what I mean. So we're gonna make the Ninja Creamy after this. So I've got a couple of calls, and then I'm gonna have one more of these, and then I'm gonna take you guys to my Ninja Creamy machine, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I sprinkle on there too. Okay guys, it is my favorite time of the day, well night. Ninja Creamy time. Okay, so I already told you guys what my mix is, and then I've got my Ninja Creamy maker here. We are going to this. If you don't know how to use a Ninja Creamy, you put the tub in, take that cap off before, and then we're going to screw this on. So you hear that click? I'm just going to show you guys the buttons I'm going to click. So that's going to twist up. I'm going to press that side. It's going to get a little bit noisy now. And I'm going to go ice cream. Oop. Okay, so one mix is done. Take it out. Okay, so first mix is going to look a little bit icy like this. Okay, so it's not done yet. What I like to do is I like to add a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, just like a splash. Okay, so I'm literally putting like just a little splash. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in again. And then we're gonna go for the respin. Okay, so that spin is done. I usually put a mix in. So I'll put one Oreo and then I press the mix in button, but I'm not putting any Oreos now because we are a little bit deeper into prep. So I'm gonna use Feast Mode Death by Chocolate, but I'm going to put this after the final mix. So I like this certain consistency for my Ninja Creamy, so I'm gonna put this back in. And then we're gonna click the mix in button. Okay, now that's done. Now this is the consistency that I like. See, it's like a gelati sort of consistency, still solid. And I'll show you how creamy it actually is. It's actually super creamy. You see that? Oh, I like to make sure I don't waste. But that is super creamy. I don't know if you guys can see that up close there, but It is perfect. Well, I'm going to sprinkle the Death by Chocolate sprinkle on here. That's going to be like my little crunch rather than the Oreo. Okay, she's ready to go. Okay, so Ninja Creamy is ready to go, and then I'm going to sprinkle this. So I actually just sprinkle a little, eat like maybe half of it, and then I sprinkle more. Bon appetit. I'm gonna show you guys like how I wind down. This is the last part of my night. This is part of the day where I just like to have some me time. You know, I do this for like the last hour of my day. Now 8:29. It's a little bit late, but I like to have this a little bit later so then I'm fuller before I go to bed. I'll probably go to bed in about 2 to 2.5 hours. But I'm gonna show you guys my little chill spot. Okay, so I love having my electric fireplace on, and then I'm gonna like kick back here. So that's like my little corner. Put the blanket on my feet, well, my legs, and then my fireplace on, right? What a combo. So I'm gonna put some Netflix on. I don't even know what I'm gonna watch, to be honest. I normally just like chill. I don't really watch Netflix much. I just like to have something in the background and enjoy my ice cream. But that is it, guys. So I am going to enjoy my Ninja Creamy. I'm gonna kick back. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me in the kitchen for the whole day. You guys are gonna think that I never left this place. So yeah, that is what I am eating today. So note that I still do have a high day as well, which will be in 2 days. So that's where I bring in more rice, more cream of rice, more rice cakes, more English muffins. But today was like your moderate sort of day. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time.